Hello, I'm Brian, and I'd like to read this book I made about my brother. Autism Reaches Deep Down into the Human Heart by Brian Higgins, illustrated by Mrs. Polina's 4th grade class. Acknowledgements. I'd like to thank my class for helping me with this book. Also, I'd like to thank my teacher for motivating me to make this book. I'd like to thank my parents for telling me my story is awesome, but most of all, I'd like to thank my brother for making my life more interesting. Autism is a disorder down in the human body for which doctors have been having trouble finding a cure. Autism can have an effect on the way you walk, talk, move, or behave. How do I know so much about autism? I know because my big brother is autistic. Now, when I say big brother, I mean big brother, at 6 foot 2 inches, 180 pounds, who happens to only be 14 years old. Keep in mind, all autistic people are not as big as my brother. Autism comes in many shapes and sizes. Autism comes in all different levels of intelligence. Sometimes you would not even know a person is autistic by looking at them. Okay, getting back to my brother. All my life I thought the fact that he likes to eat paper and constantly open windows was perfectly normal. Because all my life, he has been my brother. But I have since found out that apparently that is not what most others consider normal brother behavior. Turns out, normal means what most people do. If you go by that definition, my brother definitely isn't normal. In fact, by that definition, no one's brother I know is normal. Now, back to the paper eating. Well, he doesn't actually eat the paper because he doesn't actually swallow the paper. He simply chews on paper, gets it all wet and soft and soggy, then takes it out of his mouth and sticks his giant spitballs all over our furniture. When I find one of his giant spitballs stuck to the couch and the table and my mom's hand, I usually act as a parent and I reprimand him sternly. But in my head, I think it is hilarious, and I know it is not his fault. He just doesn't know any better. The thing that bothers me the most about having a brother with autism has nothing to do with my brother, but it has to do with with how other people behave around my brother, people who should know better. For example, when we go to the store, I see people staring at my brother. They don't know what my brother's problem is, so they stare and whisper, "Are you kidding? Like I can't see you or hear you." They don't even notice that I know that they're talking about my brother. Sometimes my brother embarrasses me, but as I said before, he doesn't know any better. I remember one hot afternoon I had a football game. I was trying to be cool after making a tackle, but just as I was feeling full of myself and my newly found coolness, my brother ran out onto the middle of the field and started dancing. My reactions were mixed. First, I got a little angry at my brother for running onto the field where he didn't belong. Then I got very angry because I saw the players on the other team making fun of my brother. I was so angry I wanted to tackle the entire team. But fortunately, logic prevailed. I decided to wait until after the game so I didn't get thrown out. That's what bothers me about autism. Not the people who have autism, the people who know nothing about autism, the people who make fun of the people who have autism. Learn about what makes us different. Be proud of what makes us different, because it would be a really boring world if we were exactly alike. So if you see a person with autism, try not to laugh or stare or whisper. Just understand and know that we're all people. People with autism have feelings. Mothers of children with autism have feelings. And most importantly, people with brothers with autism have feelings. Moral of the story is, education is the key. So educate yourself. Remember, autism reaches deep down into the human heart, and we're all human. So have a heart.